As of Wednesday, March 9th, gas prices have reached a nation's record high of $4.27, and it seems as if it's just going to keep going up. This is a 63 inflation from its normal price in just the last week, but most importantly, an 18% raise from its normal average of $3.51 since the invasion of Russia and Ukraine that transpired on February 24th. Now, what exactly does Russia invading Ukraine have to do with the U.S. gas prices? Let's get into it. Now, Russia is one of the world's major oil exporters. It exports about 7 billion barrels per day. That's about 7% of the world's global supply of crude and oil products. More specifically, Russia makes up about 3% of the U.S. oil imports. On March 8th, Tuesday, President Joe Biden announced a ban on U.S. imports of Russian oil and gas. The United States is targeting the main artery of Russia's economy. This means Russian oil will no longer be acceptable at U.S. ports, and the American people will deal with another powerful blow to Putin's war machine. Listen more of his announcement in the clip below.
Banning all imports of Russian oil and gas and energy. That means Russian oil will no longer be acceptable at U.S. ports, and the American people will deal another powerful blow to Putin's war machine. This is a move that has strong bipartisan support in the Congress and, I believe, in the country. Americans have rallied to support their Ukrainian people and made it clear we will not be part of subsidizing Putin's war. We made this decision in close consultation with our allies and our partners around the world, particularly in Europe, because a united response to Putin's aggression has been my overriding focus, to keep all NATO and all of the EU and our allies totally united. We're moving forward with this ban, understanding that many of our European allies and partners may not be in a position to join us. The United States produces far more oil domestically than all the European countries combined. In fact, we're a net exporter of energy. So we can take this step when others cannot. But we're working closely with Europe and our partners to develop a long-term strategy to reduce their dependence on Russian energy as well. Our teams are actively discussing how to make this happen, and today we remain united. We remain united in our purpose to keep pressure mounting on Putin and his war machine. This is a step that we're taking to inflict further pain on Putin, but there will be cost as well here in the United States. I said I would level with the American people from the beginning. And when I first spoke to this, I said defending freedom is going to cost. It's going to cost us as well in the United States. Republicans and Democrats understand that. Republicans and Democrats alike have been clear that we must do this. Over the last week, I've spoken with President Zelensky several times to hear from him about the situation on the ground and to consult and continue to consult with our European allies and about U.S. support for Ukraine and the Ukrainian people. Thus far, we've provided more than $1 billion in security assistance to Ukraine. Shipments of defensive weapons are arriving in Ukraine every day from the United States, and we, the United States, are the ones coordinating the delivery of our allies and partners of similar weapons, from Germany to Finland to the Netherlands. We're working that out. We're also providing humanitarian support for the Ukrainian people, both those still in Ukraine and those who have fled safely to a neighboring country. We're working with humanitarian organizations to surge tens of thousands of tons of food, water, and medical supplies into Ukraine, and with more on the way.
While this ban is punishing Russia for invading Ukraine, it's also punishing U.S. citizens as the prices of oil has skyrocketed. Since Russia imports of oil only make up 3% of the U.S. imports, we can afford the ban. However, it's going to cost us a lot. Adam Pancras, a professor at the University of British Columbia, states, markets run on greed and fear, and right now there is a lot of fear. The fear is that since the bargaining of oil is already a tight market, if the U.S. banned Russian oil, an essential supplier, the demand and price of oil is going to go up. U.S. providers are raising the oil prices at gas pumps because the prices for them to buy the oil have risen as well. This inflation is having a drastically negative effect on American standard of living, as citizens are struggling to meet the oil price demands and are now pondering alternative ways to get to their designated places, such as walking, riding their bike, and even taking the bus. Watch citizens' reaction to oil prices inflation in the following clip.
Tonight, record-breaking prices at the pump nationwide.
It's actually killing my budget.
You feel it, but you just kind of keep going.
The average for a gallon of regular is now more than $4.10, surpassing the previous record in 2008. Prices skyrocketing nearly 50 cents a gallon over just the last 7 days. In California, drivers spotting an eye-popping $7 a gallon in Los Angeles. Across the country, the biggest jumps are in Rhode Island, Nevada, Connecticut, Kentucky, and Alabama.
Say I could go about 2 more weeks on this. After this, I'm just going to spark the car up and just jump on the bus.
And soon it'll go beyond the pump. Experts warn that rising gas prices will lead to more expensive plane tickets. Overnight, crude oil prices reaching levels not seen since the 2008 financial crisis.
Yes, Susan, no matter where you go, you're seeing these high prices all across the Southland. You know, for a lot of cases, people are going to have to start making the decision to whether to put food on the table or to start filling up their tanks. Here in the Crenshaw district, you can see a lot of different prices here. It remains above average, though, and it is having a big impact on drivers. Listen here.
I mean, prices were tough before because, you know, we're like in the lower class, and now it's like, especially here in the area of Crenshaw, you know, it's not like a higher class area, so it's insane. I don't know, I'm going to have to take the train more to get to places, you know, if my mom has to drop me off at practice or stuff like that.
I mean, it went up by like, I want to say like $20, like every time I fill up, so it does make a difference, like when you're trying to like buy something else, you know.
It's horrible, you know. I work a decent living, but you know, it's like down.
That's a sentiment shared with so many. The average price of a gallon of self-serve regular in LA County rose to $5.37. Some gas stations in the area even higher than that, though. The Shell at Olympic and Fairfax, for instance, in Mid-City, that one skyrocketed to $7.29 a gallon for premium. Then across the state, a gallon of regular now $5.28. That's compared with just $3.73 the same time a year ago. This is all according to the latest data from AAA. Now, for people who drive for a living, this cost is simply unsustainable. Listen here.
Lyft drivers, no more profit for me, you know. Yeah, watch, just $7, 45, almost $45.
It's a huge problem. Now, in an effort to help, Lyft has just announced that it's now partnering with something called Get Upside. It's going to allow drivers to get cash back when they get gas from certain gas stations. Right now, there are 25,000 participating nationwide, even more coming in the following weeks. Now, as you mentioned at the top, Susan, experts say a part of the reason for this spike is because of a supply shortage thanks to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, back out here live, if you are driving yourself, there are a couple of ways that you can save some of that precious gas. One way that experts say is to just slow down, drive the speed limit. Also, turn off that air conditioning if you can manage it. Maybe roll your windows down. The other thing is to stop idling. If you think your car is going to be stopped for more than 60 seconds at a time, just shut off that engine. But this, unfortunately, is likely going to last for quite some time here in the Southland. Reporting live
from the video, you can see that though the state average is $4.27 for the regular gas, gases in other cities have exceeded that, reaching over $5, over $6, almost to the point of $7, and even to the point of $7 and exceeding that as well. Experts think that the price of gas is going to continue to skyrocket, and price inflation may even go beyond gas and into anything that is imported from Russia into the United States. We pray this is not the case, but right now it is very unsure. Let's just continue to pray, hold on to each other and hope that things will subside and return to normal. This is it for now. Please like and subscribe. When you do, go down and comment, I have subscribed. I will be posting a minute of one video per day, so stay tuned.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Gas prices shocking drivers at the pump.
It's $100.